Hi students, today we're going to build a little bit on the concept of commands. If you're looking to take notes in your packet, on page 21 there is some blank space. It looks like what you're seeing on your screen right now. We're going to take some notes on how to use pronouns with commands. So remember, we have a couple different types of pronouns. We have direct object pronouns, which answer the questions who or what receives the actions of the verb. And remember that those pronouns are me, te, lo and la, nos, os, los, and las. The other type of pronoun that we have are indirect object pronouns, and those answer the questions to whom or for whom an action is being done. And those pronouns are me, te, le, nos, os, and les. So what I want to talk about is where we're going to put these pronouns if we're using the pronoun with a command. So when we're using an affirmative command or telling someone to do something as opposed to not do something, we are going to attach the pronoun to the verb. So for example, I might want to say, wash it. Talking about a blouse. Okay, we know that blouse is blusa. We would replace that with la. The verb wash is lavar. So when we put them together, we're first going to start off by making our lavar verb an usted or ustedes command. We'll make this one an usted command. That would be lave. And then we just go ahead and add our direct object pronoun right to the end. Lavela. But if you remember from last year when we learned how to do this with two commands, now that we've added an extra syllable, we're going to need to also add an accent so that the emphasis on our word stays in the same place. So you can do it a couple ways. The way I remember is you want to count back 3 syllables from the end. So la, ve, la, these are our 3 syllables. The third one from the end is the one that's going to get an accent mark. You can also, if it helps you, if you're kind of an auditory person, you want to make sure that you keep the stress on the same vowel that it was on before you added the direct object pronoun. So it would be lave. Notice how you said lave. You had that a little bit of an emphasis on the a. Then when you add the la, you need to make sure that you still have the emphasis there. So lavela. Okay, so whenever you are doing a command like this, you're going to just go ahead and add the pronoun to the end, and then make sure you add an accent mark to keep your emphasis. You could say something as well like, bring it. And the it being a cake, we know that a cake is pastel. We know that bring is the verb traer. We'll put traer in its usted command form. It would be traiga. And then we just add the lo right to the end. Tráigalo. So if you say it out loud to yourself, tráigalo, you can maybe hear that it goes on the A. Otherwise, you can count the syllables. Tráigalo. We know that the emphasis needs to go on the third to last syllable. Tráigalo. Now with a negative command, you can't actually do the same thing. With a negative command, it's going to go out in front. So we might say, if I want to say, don't wash it, and we're still talking about the blouse, no la lave. So your DOP is going to go directly before the command form. So no la llave, don't wash it. Or don't bring it, don't bring the cake, no lo traiga. We'll get into more details on this with some of the irregular verbs, using some more of your IOPs instead of just the DOPs. So just make sure that you know the concept behind this. You know that with affirmative commands, you're going to connect the DOP to the verb, to our command, and you need to add an accent to make sure that the emphasis stays on the same place that it was before the DOP. With the negatives, you don't add any accent marks because you're not adding anything to the command form. You're putting a no, then you're going to put in your pronoun, and then you're going to put in your command. So please write down any questions that you have. Let me know if you have any questions. We'll talk about this on Tuesday. Have a wonderful weekend.